Also, they didn't show the thing about how the gargoyle doesn't let Umbridge into her office. What were they writing down? I must not plot insurrection. I must not plot insurrection. Again, from a storytelling perspective, it is annoying that that is the end of all things Cho, is that moment. I don't think she has a single line again. We do get a throwaway line later that absolves her, but I don't think she has a line again for the rest of the film series that could have used a better ending. Which, yeah, it feels like betrayal, but all of it was from a distance. She was yanked into frame when they were breaking into the room of requirement. She was there when Dumbledore escaped. And then we had this moment. So you knew that she was responsible and you saw everybody kind of mad at her. You see her feel bad, but there isn't a scene with people dealing with it. There's the concept of hand-holding that a lot of filmmakers and writers have been doing recently, where they don't give the audience the chance to try to figure things out and put pieces together. They have to explain everything that you need to know when you need to know it. They don't let you infer. And we need less of that. We used to assume that audiences were intelligent and could figure things out for themselves. Things of this nature, where there is an emotion behind it and stuff that needs to be resolved, you do not leave that to the audience to decide how it worked itself out. You need to show us, because we need to know how the characters dealt with it. And if you don't tell us how the characters dealt with it, we don't feel like we should come up with it. We need to see them talk about what Cho did. We need to see Cho talk about what she did. We need to see them talk to Cho about what happened. We need to see them start to treat her different and see her feel bad about it more than just one shot. There needs to be more. And this is the second shortest Harry Potter movie. The only one that is shorter is the last one, which also means that the first Deathly Hallows movie, which is half of a book, is longer than this one, which is the longest book in the series. We could have had more stuff. I've suggested things that could have been cut, but a lot of it is the scenes didn't work because not enough happened in them. You could just make them longer. Give us more in this movie. My gosh. We needed to see the fallout for this beyond just, and now Umbridge is in charge. There's a lot of things that happened that led to this. There's a complete betrayal and no one's going to talk about it. It's very frustrating. This is the kind of thing that you watch movies for, is to see characters deal with things and not just watch them dodge things that are thrown at them. You need to watch them talk things out and deal with heartache and go through stuff like this. This has just robbed us of it. In the book, it's not Cho, it's a friend of Cho's that ends up betraying them. And that causes an enormous rift with Harry, where he's absolutely furious with Cho, and she kind of takes her friend's side, and it's a big blowout, and you see the fallout. In this, there isn't any. You assume, I guess, that they broke up, but I mean, we'd like to. Was Harry sad about that? Was Cho sad about that? I don't know. I know that he was mad that she turned them in, but that's about it. More. I want more. I want so much more. I want an animated TV series of 18, 19 episodes exploring all of the more of this book that there could have been. It's a shame I'm not going to get a good one.
Harry, if it's anyone's fault, it's ours.
Yeah, we talked you into it, but I agreed.
Does Yates just not like having things on the left side of the screen?
The more you care, the more you have to lose. Maybe it's just better
To what?
to go it alone. Psst. Hagrid.
Okay, I'm okay with that transition. That wasn't bad.
I've never seen a centaur so roiled.
That was a moment of, oh right, we need to introduce the centaurs before the ending, don't we?
I just couldn't leave without telling someone about him. Robbie!
I didn't clip anything there. Did they move somewhere? It looked like the kids were standing in a different spot. It looks like Hagrid's standing in a different spot. There was noise. They looked in that direction, and then Grop appears out of nowhere, and now it looks like they've moved. The editing in this movie is terrible. And if they didn't move, how did they not see him?
I couldn't just leave him because he's my brother. Robbie, that is not polite!
Rob, put me down now.
or Super Hermione. She's actually supposed to be terrified at this point. I think Grawp is too big, and or Hagrid is too short. I mean, he's supposed to be half giant, and Grawp looks to be about 3 times Hagrid's size. It makes the half giant thing seem even more unbelievable, especially since Hagrid was taller than his dad at 9, and in fact, they actually mentioned that Hagrid's dad was pretty small. Too big.
Just needs a firm hand is all.
Why is she rubbing her arm? You didn't actually touch her arm.
It's company he'll be needing when I'm gone.
Feeling sentimental?
That's private.
It's a weird transition.
Not to the Dark Lord if you don't improve. You're just like your father.
Don't say a word against my father.
Weak.
I'm not weak.
Then prove it. Legitimate.
Stop it.
The Dark Lord isn't resting. Yet 2 of a kind, sentimental children forever whining about how bitterly unfair your lives have been. Well, it may have escaped your notice, but life isn't fair.
Protego!
Spelliarmus!
Nice one, James.
Looks exactly like Daniel Radcliffe, doesn't he? Just the resemblances. Freakishly uncanny. Why didn't they cast Daniel Radcliffe in this role? Good heavens. Such stupidity. Also, they clearly didn't want to have to set up the whole pensive thing, and so they opted for this. But the problem with this is that Snape is supposed to be teaching Harry how to keep Voldemort from reading his mind. And Harry, we've established, is terrible at it. So now we're saying that Harry, who is terrible at it, is able to break into the mind of the person who's supposed to be teaching him to shield his mind, and does it better than Snape was doing to him. That doesn't make any sense. The whole setup is broken right now, and it makes it feel like this shouldn't be. This shouldn't happen. Why is Snape of all people teaching him when apparently he doesn't know how to do it? A 15-year-old boy broke into his mind. Removing the pensive just kind of breaks the whole situation and makes it unbelievable and not work. But I will say the scene is pretty good beyond that. Some of Alan Rickman's blocking, like his lunging, and the way that he crouches down when he does it, it looks a little funny. Beyond that, the acting is good. The dialogue was pretty good. That's one of the better scenes. If I had to guess, it's probably one of the ones that the writer was excited to write and worked on a little bit extra, whether he meant to or not. When you like a part in your story or your script or whatever, you tend to revisit it a couple of times just to reread it and tweak it while you're there. So I think that scene probably got a few more tweaks than a lot of the others, and it shows because the others aren't very good.
Good.
This is also where there is a problem with casting in this series. If you actually look into it, when Harry's parents died, they were supposed to be, I think it's 22, 23 years old, not even 30. And that means that now it has been 14 years, which would make Snape 35. Way younger than he actually is inside the film series. And McGonagall was also supposed to be only late 30s, early 40s. It's a big issue with the entire series is all of the adults are actually older than they're supposed to be. Most of them are not supposed to be 40 yet. Alan Rickman, as good as he is in performance of Snape, was late 50s, early 60s, I believe. And when you see somebody that old reliving a time when they were bullied at this point in their lives 50 years before, it doesn't feel real. It's like, at that point, you should have moved past some of this stuff, dude. But in your early 30s, you could be excused for still thinking, oh yeah, that was bad. That was super embarrassing. It's haunting me to this day. But Alan Rickman is another 30 years removed from that in his age. So he should be past this at this point. Like, whenever you see Harry's parents now as ghost form, or in their pictures, or in the Mirror of Erised, the age that they look in those moments is the age that all of the other adults should be now. It's that drastic of a difference.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it seems, and the pain stops after a while.
Her little cough is so good.
Once naughty children deserve to be punished.
Phrasing?
I've always felt our futures lay outside the world of academic achievement. I've been thinking exactly the same thing.